Ghillie suit, the art of camouflage warfare. A ghillie suit is a type of camouflage clothing designed to resemble the background environment, such as foliage. Typically, it is a net or cloth garment covered in loose strips of burlap, hessian, cloth, twine, or jute, sometimes made to look like leaves and twigs, and optionally augmented with foliage from the area. Military personnel, police, hunters, and nature photographers may wear a ghillie suit to blend into their surroundings and to conceal themselves from enemies or targets. The suit gives the wearer's outline a three-dimensional breakup, rather than a linear one. When manufactured correctly, the suit will move in the wind in the same way as surrounding foliage. Some ghillie suits are made with light and breathable material that allows a person to wear a shirt underneath. Hunters and soldiers may use ghillie suits with designs named for rural folk spirits, the Kikimora of the swamps or the Leshy of the forests. History of ghillie suit. The English word ghillie is derived from the Scots Gaelic gill, meaning a young man or older boy who works as an outdoor servant, and is most familiar in reference to those employed to assist sportsmen with recreational shooting or fishing in the Highlands. The term ghillie suit may be a reference to the Ghillie dhu, an earth spirit clothed in leaves and moss in Scottish mythology. The Lovat Scouts, a Scottish Highland regiment formed by Simon Fraser, 14th Lord Lovat during the Second Boer War, is the first known military unit to use ghillie suits and in 1916 went on to become the British Army's first sniper unit. The Lovat Scouts were initially recruited from Scottish Highland estate workers, especially professional stalkers and gamekeepers. Similar sniper outfits in the Australian Army are nicknamed Yowie suit, named for their resemblance to the Yowie, a mythical hominid similar to the Yeti and Bigfoot which is said to live in the Australian wilderness. Technical and safety considerations. Although highly effective, conventional ghillie suits, made in fabric or 3D leaf suits, are impractical for many situations where camouflage is useful. They tend to be very heavy and hot. Even in moderate climates, the temperature inside the ghillie suit can reach over 50 degrees Celsius (122 degrees Fahrenheit). The burlap is also flammable, unless treated with fire retardant, so the wearer may be at increased risk from ignition sources such as smoke grenades or white phosphorus. Moreover, conventional ghillie suits and 3D leaf suits are made using fabric, so they retain water, and this dramatically increases weight. Conventional ghillie suits are not designed to camouflage in the IR spectrum. Fabric strips, especially of coarse material like burlap, readily snag on thorns, twigs, and barbed wire. To enhance safety, the U.S. Army Soldier Systems Center has developed an inherently fire-resistant, self-extinguishing fabric to replace jute or burlap. This material was field tested in late 2007 at the Sniper School at Fort Benning and has been standard issue since June 2008. Ghillie suits also have disadvantages in cold environments, as they can get soaked, risking hypothermia. Ghillie suits have evolved significantly over time, incorporating advancements in materials and camouflage techniques. Today, they remain an essential tool for those who need to remain undetected in various environments. Military camouflage. Military camouflage is the use of camouflage by an armed force to protect personnel and equipment from observation by enemy forces. In practice, this means applying color and materials to military equipment of all kinds, including vehicles, ships, aircraft, gun positions, and battle dress, either to conceal it from observation, crypsis, or to make it appear as something else, mimicry. The French slang word camouflage came into common English usage during World War I when the concept of visual deception developed into an essential part of modern military tactics. In that war, long-range artillery and observation from the air combined to expand the field of fire. And camouflage was widely used to decrease the danger of being targeted or enable surprise. As such, military camouflage is a form of military deception in addition to cultural functions such as political identification. Camouflage was first practiced in simple form in the mid-18th century by rifle units. Their tasks required them to be inconspicuous, and they were issued green and later other drab color uniforms. With the advent of longer range and more accurate weapons, especially the repeating rifle, camouflage was adopted for the uniforms of all armies, spreading to most forms of military equipment including ships and aircraft. Camouflage for equipment and positions was extensively developed for military use by the French in 1915. Soon followed by other World War I armies. In both World Wars, artists were recruited as camouflage officers. Ship camouflage developed via conspicuous dazzle camouflage schemes during World War I, but since the development of radar, ship camouflage has received less attention. Aircraft, especially in World War II, were often counter-shaded, painted with different schemes above and below, to camouflage them against the ground and sky respectively. Some forms of camouflage have elements of scale and variance, designed to disrupt outlines at different distances, typically digital camouflage patterns made of pixels. The proliferation of more advanced sensors beginning in the 21st century led to the development of modern multispectral camouflage, which addresses visibility not only to visible light but also near-infrared, shortwave infrared, radar, ultraviolet, and thermal imaging. Saab began offering a multispectral personal camouflage system known as the Special Operations Tactical Suit, SOTAX, as early as 2005. Military camouflage patterns have been popular in fashion and art from as early as 1915. Camouflage patterns have appeared in the work of artists such as Andy Warhol and Ian Hamilton Finlay, sometimes with an anti-war message. In fashion, many major designers have exploited camouflage's style and symbolism, and military clothing or imitations of it have been used both as streetwear and as a symbol of political protest.